We only have one bill on the agenda today. It's Bill BL 2018-1296, Virtue, Roten, and O'Connell. Approves a revocable license agreement between the Metro Board of Parks and Recreation and GLOCO LLC for the use of Riverfront Park and Ascend Amphitheater.
I'll be right there.
Move for approval.
Thank you, Freddie, for interrupting.
That way, I'm on this one, so.
Oh, I forgot you're now on this one. Yeah.
Move approval.
He's on the bill, not the committee. But move
He's
for
on this.
approval.
That's right. Okay. Second.
Second. Yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
All right. We have someone here to explain what we're doing here.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is.
Introduce yourselves and just...
I'll do it. Hi guys, I'm Chris Stacy. This is my partner, Aaron Clark. We're from GLOCO LLC. The short version to answer your question is it is a holiday light experience that will be in the Ascend Amphitheater downtown. So imagine a walk-through experience where families can come walk through this beautiful, ornate, multi-millions of Christmas lights in the Ascend Amphitheater ticketed event for families downtown.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir.
With Parks here, is this part of the Live Nation lease, or is this separate revenue coming to Metro Parks?
It would be separate revenue. The license would run concurrent with the remainder of the years on the Live Nation lease. So I think that's probably 6 years left, and it would be a part of Riverfront Park as well.
And what revenue might Parks get to enjoy, and does it have that same ticket for the foundation? Included the ticket?
And it's not for the foundation. All of the revenue will come, with the exception that goes to the to GLOCO, will come to Metro government and not to the foundation. So there's a $75,000 permit or flat fee, and then there's a revenue share of concessions and tickets later
And is
on.
that 75 for the 6 years, or 75
Per year.
Per year.
then per a split of the tickets?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And what is the revenue share again?
It's a pretty, you want to take this one,
It's
Aaron?
50% of concessions. So of concessions, there's a whole. Half of it goes to the concessionaire and half of it comes to GLOCO. We're splitting the half that we get. And at plan, that's roughly between $150,000 and $200,000 that would be your share.
Okay.
At the plan that we have for attendance.
Angie, for clarification, just because I'm bad on fractions, does that make that we're getting 25%?
You're getting a quarter of concessions. So our concessions were, yeah.
So it's not really 50-50.
Well, it's
Half of
50-50 split for us.
Half of 50-50.
25 cents on the dollar.
And how many days?
What's that?
How many days?
Thanksgiving
Right.
to New Year's. Every day except Mondays, unless Monday's a holiday.
Okay.
It'd be 5 to 10, 5 to 11. We're still sort of sorting that out.
And so Metro might expect as much as $200,000?
Yeah, 175 to 200.
We're only making $500 for the rest of the year with Live Nation, right?
And there's some more
So-
maintenance guys.
The annual lease is a payment of $400,000, and then we get a $2 ticket fee.
From Live Nation.
From Live Nation. So the entire season for Live Nation, we can get about $800,000.
Chair, I have a question.
Ms. Nancy.
Two questions. Well, first and foremost, will there be cocoa?
Absolutely.
The second question is, as far as the vendors are concerned, will you be using any local vendors for that?
Sure. So there's an existing concessions agreement. We will be operating within that existing concessions agreement. And then in addition to that, we plan to have a holiday market, and there will definitely be local vendors included in that.
Okay. The other question is, because it's holidays and it's a public space, how are you dealing with the interfaith element in regard to Christmas?
So it's going to be essentially non-denominational. I mean, obviously it's holiday themed, but we're going to try to, respect all cultures.
Okay. Those are the questions.
As far as, since it's at Ascend, and where else, it's at Ascend and Riverfront Park, the greenways through that area right there, and especially over the bridge and the bike, are those going to remain open during this period?
Yeah, Aaron probably knows the best answer for that, but yes,
Yeah, the
essentially.
path to the tunnel, so it'll be, the path through the park will not be open,
During
but the
business
path around the park to the tunnel will remain open, so nobody has to cross a road.
Okay.
And we've talked to several people careful about that particular issue. And the dog park will remain open, which was the other thing that came up as a hot button issue.
And I assume, Director Odom, this is a part of like anybody who leases our properties, like when, like if the grass is destroyed or whatever, all of that will be maintained and no cost to Metro.
That is
And
part of the agreement, yes, absolutely.
And then, Director Odom, can you remind me, just from a greenway standpoint, I've biked that greenway, but sometimes I get a little, like, there's a send, and then there's the path, and then there's the tunnel, and then there's the bridge. And so when you say what's going to be open, I just want to make sure that from the cycling community, that's sufficient for y'all.
Right,
as to
getting
maintain-
underneath the bridge is the problem.
Under the bridge is the-
Especially the concerts, and
Okay.
it's blocked off.
Okay, but then that
Unless you
is
talk the cop into letting you through.
open.
Which I do.
Okay. All right, that's all worked out. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any other questions?
Underneath the bridge is the issue.
Gotcha. That's the pinch point. Okay.
Any other questions?
It sounds like they've worked it out.
Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.
John, okay, so basically,
Real quick, just in case.